Hello everyone, welcome to one more video of SPL BIO-TONIC. Students, in the last video we talked about nucleotides and nucleosides. Now in this session we'll focus mainly on deoxyribonucleic acid. So watch the video till the end. Students, in the beginning I request you all to like my channel, share it and subscribe it. Students, it takes a lot of effort to make these YouTube videos. So you're liking and sharing the videos and giving comments in the comment section below will encourage my work. Thank you. Students, let us revise about the nucleotides and nucleosides again. Now, as we said earlier, nucleotides are made up of three components: nitrogen bases, sugar and phosphate. Nitrogen bases are of two types, purines and pyrimidines. The sugar is of two types, ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar, and the phosphate group is the phosphoric acid. Now there are two types of purines, adenine and guanine, whereas pyrimidines are of three types, cytosine, thymine and uracil. The molecular formula of ribose sugar is C5H10O5. Students, there is one oxygen less in deoxyribose sugar and it is C5H10O4. We can write the phosphoric acid as H3PO4. Now these are the notations of the nitrogen bases in both DNA and RNA. Now we know that A pairs with T in DNA, whereas A pairs with U in case of RNA, whereas in case of DNA as well as RNA, G pairs with C. Now you can remember this with the formula AgCT लेके जाना and AgCu. So AgCT is the names of the nitrogen bases present in DNA, whereas AgCu are the names of nitrogen bases in the RNA. So if you observe carefully, there are three nitrogen bases common in DNA and RNA, that is A, G, C. The nitrogen base unique in the DNA is thymine, whereas the nitrogen base unique in RNA is uracil. Now what is the meaning of unique here? That thymine is only found in DNA and not in RNA. Similarly, uracil is only found in RNA and not in DNA. So the nitrogen base unique in the DNA is thymine, whereas that of RNA is uracil. Please make a note of this. Now let us take one example of deoxyribonucleotides. Now this is a deoxyribose sugar. Now base is attached to sugar at first carbon. So we call this as deoxyribonucleoside. So a nucleoside is made up of base plus sugar. Now when we attach phosphate group to the fifth carbon, it becomes deoxyribonucleotide. So a nucleotide is made up of three components, base plus sugar plus phosphate. If you recall last time's mnemonic BSP, that is border security police. With this you can remember the three components of a nucleotide. Now let us see the chemical structure of a DNA. Now this is one nucleotide. Now for the sake of understanding, I have taken say adenosine monophosphate. The second one is thymidine monophosphate. Now this is one nucleotide, this is the second nucleotide. Now second nucleotide is added to the first one by using phosphodiester bond. So 5' phosphate of the second nucleotide, I'll repeat again, 5' phosphate of second nucleotide is added to the 3' hydroxyl group, that is OH group, to form this special bond. This bond is called as phosphodiester bond. It is a type of covalent bond which is not easy to break. Now this is a third nucleotide which is cytidine monophosphate. Now this third nucleotide is added to the second one by using phosphodiester bond. So students, for the sake of understanding, we have taken three nucleotides here. Now these three nucleotides are joined together by these bonds. These bonds are called as phosphodiester bond. So remember, DNA is a polymer. Polymer means made up of many single units which are joined by the special bond called as phosphodiester bond, which is a covalent bond. So DNA is a polymer of deoxyribonucleotide joined by phosphodiester bond. That is the definition of DNA. Now this is again a simple version of chemical structure of DNA. Now here I have shown 4 nucleotides kept one above another. Now here the second is joined with the first one by using phosphodiester bond. Third is attached to second by using phosphodiester bond. Fourth is attached to third one by using phosphodiester bond. Now this is one strand of the DNA. The other strand of the DNA is opposite, that is anti-parallel. Now here the fourth nucleotide is added to the third one by using this phosphodiester bond. Third is added to the second by using phosphodiester bond, and the second is added to the first one by using this phosphodiester bond. So there are 2 strands of the DNA and the 2 strands are anti-parallel. We'll just see what is the meaning of this a bit afterwards. Now, the steps of the ladder of the DNA are made up of nitrogen bases, that is adenine, thymine, cytosine and guanine. Now A pairs with T with 2 hydrogen bonds here, whereas C pairs with G with 3 hydrogen bonds, T pairs with A with 2 hydrogen bonds, C pairs with G with 3 hydrogen bonds. So same side of the DNA are joined by phosphodiester bond, whereas the 2 strands of the DNA are joined by phosphodiester bond. Please remember this. Now this left side of the DNA has polarity 5' to 3'. What is the meaning of 5'? This 5 dash means 5', 3 dash means 3'. So the direction of left strand of the DNA is 5' to 3', because the head of this left strand is ending with 5' and tail is ending with 3'. So the total direction is 5' to 3'. The other strand is 3' to 5' because this end is 3', whereas this end is 5'. So total direction is 3' to 5'. So students, this is a chemical structure of DNA. Now with this chemical structure, we'll talk about the structure of the DNA proposed by James Watson, Francis Crick and Maurice Wilkins. What they said is the DNA is double-stranded, that is it consists of 2 strands. The 2 strands are anti-parallel, that is one is 5' to 3', second is 3' to 5'. Now this looks like a ladder. Ladder means CD or CD. The steps of the ladder are made up of nitrogen bases. There are 2 types of nitrogen bases in the DNA, that is purines and pyrimidines. Purines are adenine and guanine, whereas pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. In case of DNA, A pairs with T with 2 hydrogen bonds, C pairs with G with 3 hydrogen bonds. So students, this is the double-stranded DNA, and the backbone of the DNA is made up of sugar and phosphate, whereas the steps of this ladder are made up of nitrogen bases A, T, C, G, like this. Now, 1 turn of the DNA contain 10 base pairs with a length of 34 angstrom. Now, this is one loop of DNA. So, 1 turn or 1 loop of DNA is having 10 base pair with a length of 34 angstrom. Therefore, each base pair has a length of say 3.4 angstrom or 0.34 nanometer. Due to twisting, the DNA shows large grooves which are called as major grooves and smaller grooves are called as minor grooves. Now the diameter of the DNA is 20 angstrom. So students, this is the structure of DNA proposed by James Watson, Francis Crick and Maurice Wilkins. Let us revise quickly again all the points in the structure of DNA. What they said is the DNA is double-stranded and anti-parallel. Anti-parallel means the 2 strands are opposite of each other. The backbone of the DNA is made up of this sugar and phosphate, whereas steps of the ladder are made up of nitrogen bases. There are purines and pyrimidines. Purines are adenine, guanine, and pyrimidines are cytosine and thymine. In case of DNA, A pairs with T and C pairs with G. One turn of the DNA has 10 base pairs with a length of 34 angstrom. Therefore, one base pair have length of 3.4 angstrom, which is nothing but 0.34 nanometer. Due to twisting, the DNA shows small grooves, that is minor grooves. Larger grooves are called as major grooves. The diameter of the DNA is 20 angstrom. Now students, once you know one strand of the DNA, we can write the other strand of the DNA easily. Now these are the commonly asked questions in all competitive exams in your life. So once you know one strand of the DNA, we can write down the other strand easily because of complementary base pairing. Now what is the meaning of complementary base pairing? A will always pair with T, T will always pair with A, and so on and so forth. So once you know one strand of the DNA, we can write other strand of the DNA easily. Students, I'll highly recommend you to note down this sequence of DNA and write the complementary strand sequence for this DNA in the comment section below. Okay, now once you know that one turn of the DNA has 10 base pair with a length of 34 angstrom, we can get a question like, what is the length of DNA having 100 base pair? Now for this question also, I recommend you to solve this example and write your answers in the comment section below. So students, I hope you are understanding the structure of DNA. In the next video, I'll talk about the structure of RNA in detail. So stay home, stay safe. Thank you.